Welcome everyone to interview with me. I have Ruben, owner of Touchdown Tech, building websites and marketing. So, Ruben, the question for today. By the way, thank you for being here today. Question for today is: what is the point of a service area page? Yeah, I guess we'll start with that. I got some more questions with it, but what is the point of a service area page, and what does it do?
Yeah. Well, what people often forget is that you build a website, it might be beautiful, the messaging on it might communicate perfectly with your ideal customer, but you need to get people to your website. And so there's two different ways to do it. You can either pay for people to come to your website, or you can do organic marketing where you create content that they are searching for, and you educate them and answer their questions that kind of a way. And a service area page is a type of or a category of organic content marketing. And the question is answering, because that's what all content marketing does. It's answering a question or scratching an itch. The question it's answering is, who provides the service I want close to where I live? So an example of a search that someone might put into their favorite AI or into Google is, let's say for a roofing company, they might ask the question, roofing company near me. Or maybe they might put in their city or their city and state, roofing company in Elkhart, Indiana. And then the search engine, the AI is trying to find results for that. If they're talking to AI, they'd probably say, hey, I'm looking for a roofing company that is close to Elkhart, Indiana, or in the nearby cities that does work in Elkhart, Indiana, and that specializes in replacing roofs. And specifically, I want them to take off my old shingles instead of just putting new shingles on top of it, or instead of putting metal on top of my old shingles, because that's the kind of thing I care about. I want to a maintainable, or I want to maintain my home well. I don't just want to slap new stuff on top of it and call it good. So if that's the kind of person you are. So all that's a lot of detail there, especially when you're talking to the AI. So the only way the AI knows, or the search engine knows, that you do work if you're a roofing company in that city is if you provide content that says that. And that's the point of a service area page. And depending, I think we'll go on in another video, we'll go into like what makes a good service area page, because just going and creating 100 of these service area pages where you're just changing the city name is not going to fly. Like it's going to be viewed in the eyes of the AI or the search engine that you're creating very very flat, very unhelpful content, because the truth is anyone can go and create 100 or 1,000 pages of different cities saying we do this service in this city. So you need content to go with it that backs up your claim that you do work in this city, and that helps build up your website or your brand as a good choice for the person that's doing the search.
So, would you say that every website needs service area pages, or is it very much like a person who sells, let's say, dogs, or like a blind business or a metal roof business? Who actually needs a service area page?
Yeah, great question. No, not every business does need a service area page or will benefit from having service area pages.
Mhm.
Before we get to that, sorry, there's one other little point I want to make about service area pages. Google and AI, they know that your business is located where it's located. So if you're a roofing company located, let's say, in Indianapolis, but you do work in northern Indiana. Indianapolis is in the center of the state. You do work in the northern part of the state, in Elkhart, Goshen, South Bend, whatever. Google, you don't need a service area page for the place your physical location is. So if someone does the search, roofing contractor in Indianapolis, like they already know you're there, probably because you have a location page, but because of your Google Maps page and other profiles where you have your address listed, you need a service area page where you don't physically have a location. So I just want to put a pin in that. Now, your question: does every business need or benefit from a service area page? No. And maybe a year or two ago, I sent out an email to some businesses that I have done work for in the past, and just like kind of pitched a this service area pages as a service to them. And one of them responded back, and we met with them and talked with them, and ended up, once we really thought about and dug into it, that a service area page, like that kind of marketing, is not really going to be beneficial to them. So it only works if someone is looking, like if you sell, like e-commerce is generally not going to be a good fit for, or not going to benefit from service area pages. There are caveats to it, but in general, because you ship across the United States, so it doesn't matter. Like if you're selling weekly planners or kids' toys, it doesn't matter. Like everyone assumes that you'll ship across the United States, so it doesn't. There's no benefit in having a service area page for, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Like no one, they're not gonna, if they're looking online for a toy or for a weekly planner, they're not gonna be searching, hey, toy stores near me, unless they physically want to go to one. And at that point, you're not physically there, so a service area page is not going to help you. The one caveat being, if you sell wholesale and you have different retail locations, like it might benefit there. It would kind of act as a service area page, but we'd probably call it a retail our wholesalers, something like that. So no, does that answer your question? And do you have a follow up to that question?
Yeah, that answers it. So you were saying that like content on the actual service area pages is important. What would go with that that would help the service area page? So let's say you have a website, and let's say I sell dogs. If I've got, let's say, 30 service area pages, and then a homepage and a page with, let's say, like dogs or puppies for sale, will that service area pages do good with like what's that wording? Domain ranking, or do I need more content with all the service area pages on top of that?
You want balance. So typically, because service area pages are like, we don't want them to be thin, but they are generally much thinner than an article would be. And you want your website to be overloaded on helpful, useful content versus thin content that just provides, the very basic information that they could get anywhere. So we want, so there's two parts to that. We don't want our service area pages, like we want them to be as full and helpful and unique as possible, but they're never going to like be as unique and helpful as possible as an article answering a specific question, like for the dog breeder, what shampoo should I use for my Bernedoodle, or what are good training programs for my German Shepherd, things like that. So and the typical ratio that I go with when we're talking about answering questions, like articles answering questions versus a service area page, is usually like 2 articles to 1 service area. And sometimes that's too much. Like the budget isn't there to do that. And I'm talking about per month is typically how we would do it. But so like if you can't do 2 to 1, then at least do 1 to 1, but never outweigh the service areas over your longer, heavier content.
Okay, very good, very good. So yeah, well, I feel like this is a good spot to wrap it up. Do you have any other things that you want to mention about service area pages? Or yeah, with that?
Not right now, but I definitely, in an upcoming video, I do want to talk about how to add depth and value to the service area pages so that they have a better chance of showing up in search results and in AI answers. And it's different for different businesses, but I'll give a couple ideas that you can use for different types of businesses or different types of services offered.
Very good, very good. And if someone is trying to contact you to maybe get a quote on service area pages or articles, or have want to learn more about you, where would they go to find that?
Yeah, go to our website, Touchdown Tech. Let me see if I can share my screen here. I was trying to do this earlier, and I think I chose the right one here. Share. Are you seeing our homepage?
I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so go to touchdowntech.com. click on book a meeting, and then go ahead and just fill that out. I'll get notified, and we'll set up a meeting with you, and we'll talk about what your goals are. We can talk about answering your questions, and go from there.
Very good. And if you guys do have questions for Ruben about service area pages or articles or anything, leave a comment below, and yeah, he'll answer them and get back to you as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you so much, Ruben, for coming doing this interview with us. And yeah, we'll do the interview with the longer video of service area pages in a little bit, and we'll post that soon too. So thank you guys so much.